we now have a wonderful opportunity to translate what we know in cybersecurity to the average person who doesn't know yet. The analogies that she gave, how we all as kids learn to know what to do in the event of something happening. It didn't happen every day like a fire, but we all knew what a fire drill was. So Dana, back to you. How do we translate this for the average folks?
Well, I think by just saying that and then realizing you're right, nobody would know what to do if there was an attack. That is the first thing, is to really stop and say, okay, look around your organization. What would Sally do over there? What would Joe in the back be doing? Who's talking to people? You know, do you have a communication, anything in place to say, hey, listen, let's get our act together first before, you know, you're on, you know, YouTube and you're on Twitter and you're doing this and, you know, that kind of thing. So I think it's something that we need to all realize that, unfortunately, all these companies are probably going to become victims of some kind of a cyber attack, and we need to be prepared. And a lot of small business owners tell me, well, I don't really have anything of value, so a hacker isn't going to you know, bother with me. And that is very, very, very untrue. The hackers are well aware that your security levels are probably not too good and that you're an easy target. And so what they'll do is they'll do a ransomware attack on you, and they'll make sure it's a dollar amount that you can afford, a stretch, but that you could afford to get back your information. So you are definitely a victim. So we need to start thinking about this. What would we do? And a lot of business owners also tell me, I don't even know where to start. And that's the problem. It's very overwhelming. If they're not doing anything, it's very overwhelming. So I just tell them, well, just start looking around at your people, okay? And then you say, okay, there's Ann in accounting. What is she doing? What systems is she getting into? What computer is she using? What login is she using? And then if you went through, let's say 10 employees doing that, by the end of that whole thing, you would have the start of a device inventory list. What are they using? You'd have the beginning of a software application log. Who's logging into where? You would know what their password situation was. Do you have a password policy? Do you not? Are people logging in with unique logins, or are they all using the same login, everybody in one department? So that's a good way to start, is to say, okay, just going around your own organization. And that is a huge step in the right direction.